It took me 4 hours to get my real ID in Kentucky. This is what I learned and what I want you to take away from my experience. My name is Andrew Henderson, and I'm a journalist with the Lexington Herald-Leader. On April 11th, I went on a journey to get my real ID in Louisville. Kentucky officials have warned of long wait times at offices and encouraged people to make appointments ahead of time. The problem with that is before I went on April 11th, I checked the online portal for weeks and never once saw an available appointment at a Louisville office. In fact, if you try to make an appointment for a majority of offices, particularly ones near metro areas like Louisville, Lexington, and Covington, you never see the option to make an appointment, unless you know this one neat trick. When I finally sat down with the DMV worker, I pointed out how I was never able to make an appointment and had to come in that day for a walk-in. According to the worker, the appointment slots for Louisville open in the morning between 7:30 and 8 and either close after 8 or are no longer available once all the slots are filled. I checked this for myself and found this claim had some merit. Here on screen is when I checked appointment times around 3 p.m. on April 11th. There are appointments available in some of the regional offices in smaller cities like Hopkinsville, Pikeville, and London, but not for 4 out of the 5 largest cities in Kentucky. So for a small window of time, there are appointments available to book, but there's no information about this supposed time frame online from the Transportation Cabinet. I reached out to a spokesperson with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet asking about the lack of a listed appointment time and seeking further clarification on what the DMV worker told me about how these appointments are supposed to work for centers across the state. I did not receive a response. When I was waiting in line for 2 hours, I ended up talking with a couple of people in line with me. There was one woman named Alexis who had to take a day off of work as a tattoo apprentice in order to transfer her North Carolina ID to a Kentucky ID. And there was an older man named Kevin who had tried to renew his license the day before, but saw the wait time was too long, so he decided to come back that day. When we made our way inside the DMV office, workers asked us to scan a QR code with our phones to join a line. Kevin couldn't do that because he didn't own a smartphone. He also wasn't given a number for a line to join, so he ultimately left. From these experiences, I took away 2 lessons. 1, there should be a better system in place for people who don't have certain technology like a smartphone. And 2, there should be greater transparency around these appointment times, when they're made available, and how they're made available at certain driver's licensing offices. I'm Andrew Henderson with Kentucky.com, and thanks for coming along on this adventure.